they've definitely improved. I think they still have some discipline issues. You see it here. You're just going play action pass. And again, like the Falcons, I put the Falcons on tape last week. I told you guys I wouldn't even do it to you because you fall asleep. There's enough action on this tape. I thought it was interesting. But this isn't a great offense by any means. Under center play action here, or maybe that might have been pistol. But they get sucked up. They're so involved in running, stopping the run, that at the linebacker level, you're going to beat them at least early in the game because they get really amped up. They're going to want to stop AJ. They're going to want to stop Aaron Jones. And if you make the look like deliberate, sometimes all the motion and whatnot, it makes them hesitate as well. If you make the look deliberate, like if you lined up in under center and just started, fake handoff, like a la Peyton Manning back in, 2001, these guys are going to bite every time because the number one priority for them is stopping the run. And then you can get that, tight end leak on the backside. Here, nice 20-yard pickup, 25-yard pickup, though, for the Atlanta tight end. The impact of Montez Sweat, can't be understated. And you'll see here, just a double swipe move. He's already high. He's past the quarterback. And he beat up Caleb McGarry all day. He's past the quarterback. This ball could be gone, but it's the constant effort. And you see everybody else is really not gloved up, but they're certainly blocked. And Montez Sweat's been pushed back. It's just the effort that he brings, ends up getting a hand on the quarterback. But again, it's not just Sweat. This Walker's kid is playing well. You see him just really reset the line of scrimmage against Matthews here, ends up making the play. And I'm going to show this from the other side. Brisker coming down, number 9, is going to end up being in the box. You have to be able to account for Brisker in this situation. You see where the linebackers are shifted over. They're running their base look, right? So they've got 3 linebackers in the game. You see Sanborn 57 over there over the bunch look. But as they go into motion, they bring Brisker down. They're going to go single safety. You have to account from the safety. The safety will stick his nose in there and make plays. But this one's really all about the backside. This is the second play of the game. So I just showed you the first 2 plays. The first one, play action pass, deep route. Now, with the pursuit, one of the problems with pursuit, and listen, this kid's special, Bijan Robinson, okay? We don't have a Bijan Robinson. I like Aaron Jones. He's not Bijan Robinson. But with the over pursuit, with the sleight of hand in the backfield, you can get their defensive ends to bite down hard and then reversing field. All these kind of broken plays happen because you got 8 people near the line of scrimmage right now. Everybody else is in no man's land. So these guys, a lot of good things can happen when you talk about aggressive defense over pursuing. How do you combat that? You combo that with reverses, Jaden Reed. You combo that with jet sweeps. You combo that with play action pass under center stuff, with keepers. Like there's ways to combat all this because when you get that defensive end turned towards the sideline running that way, it just buys time for whoever's got the ball in their hands. This stuff can't happen when you're playing a team like the Bears and you know that they're not, they're 20th in the league in defense, okay? But they're number 1 against the rush. They're a physical. They want to think of themselves as a physical football team. This can't happen. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. Just throw the ball. Don't give up sacks on bull rushes. Bull rushes that are not even lane changers for you. You can't give up sacks. Step up in the pocket. Get rid of the ball fast. Jordan Love, to me, in the last 3-4 games, one of the biggest differences is he's not taking some of these plays that he was earlier in the season. Got to continue that thought. We talk about it. Good quarterbacks, pressure equals opportunity. Bad quarterbacks, bad offenses, bad offensive lines, pressure equals picks. You see against the Atlanta Falcons, we get a little bit of pressure here from the defensive end. Quarterback gets out of it, then flips his hips and just throws a dart right to the other team. And this is the kind of stuff that the Chicago Bears are going to feast on, right? They want to get you off the spot. And then they want to what? They want to heat up that quarterback's play speed, his mental play speed, get him to throw across his body, get him to throw downfield. And these are opportunistic secondary players. Again, young players for the most part in the secondary that are willing to make mistakes. That is just a really key element, I think, for the Chicago Bears defense. ID, Brisker, and run support. This is actually 95 resetting that line again. I just want to show we're down. He's in the count now. If you don't ID him, and when you ID Brisker, what you have to understand is he's always going to play outside leverage when he comes down to that box. So he's not going to backdoor that guard. So you can really spend time taking advantage. I'll go back here and show you what I mean. This is just kind of an offensive line thing you see a lot now. If I'm the guard and we're going to ID Brisker 9 as the point guy now, so I'm going to him. If I'm the guard right here, I have to help Rasheed Walker on 95 because 95 can push him back into the backfield. I got to take my shot knowing that Brisker's not going to shoot the B gap behind me. Like he's got outside contain here and he's going to run away from me. So you got to take your shot and make this an easier block for the tackle. That's what I'm talking about when you talk about it. It's not just getting the point, but it's understanding how the technique changes up front to give more double teams for longer because Brisker's not going to be a guy that's going to play downhill football and try to take on a guard, man to man. He's going to try to play your edges. So let him play the edges, stay on the down guy longer, push him out of the way. The other thing is I like the idea of running into the safety with this team. You see it here a little bit more. Focus on the left guard, left tackle here. So I got this is Gordon down in the box. Talking about number 6. But you see left guard, left tackle. Now the left guard is running at 95, is going to push him out of the way because where's 6 going? He's going outside of 95. He's not coming downhill. So take advantage of how they play their system and get a good double on the defensive end. When you do that, and that center can contain that 2-eye or that shade look, you've got open space for as long as you want. That's how you make plays against this team. And I had to put this in, man. Again, Bijan Robinson's different than everybody else. But Jaquan Brisker found it out the hard way. This is just a damn moment. Let me tell you something. He should be in knee braces after this, man. This is tough. Shoot your shot, kid. Oh, this is what I love about Brisker right here. That's me. That's me. Yeah, it's like we know it's you. So I love Barry Sanders play. Appreciate the physical play from the cornerback position here. Comes up, takes on that tackle, doesn't go through the man because going through the man's illegal now, which is a really terrible way to officiate a game. Goes around and ends up shooting a shot and making the play against a really good player. These guys will stick their head in again. Every one of these, Kyler Gordon, Stevenson, Eddie Jackson, Brisk, these guys are physical football players. They fancy themselves as physical football players. They take a lot of pride in being good against the run. Showing it again here just from another angle. I mean, that's a really good job. And again, I'm not really a huge fan of the right tackle for the Falcons, but it is what it is. Can the Packers force them to play base defense? 12 personnel. We don't really run with a fullback, but with 12 personnel, how are they going to address that? Because I think if they address that in base defense, I think that gives you a really good opportunity in the passing game. You see how deep the safety plays? And the difference in levels between that deep safety and that linebacker give you a ton of action in the middle. You'll see the Atlanta Falcons, they're just playing single safety high, and they've got the Atlanta Falcons have a player on the 30 running right at the safety, and then they've got the deep dig at the 35 right underneath. And the guy's got to make a choice, and he's not going to be right with a good quarterback. Ends up hitting the dig route or the crosser. Again, they bring their linebacker. You bring pressure. Pressure equals opportunity. Attack that single safety look to the play side. They're just going to run the fade route. Very, very common route. Outside route just runs a stick. Inside route runs a fade to that open space. You're just basically saying my quarterback can out-throw that safety in the middle of the field before he gets there. We can get open. This is an incompletion, but this is something I believe that as a Packers game plan, you have to look at and go, here's opportunities. When they get single safety, can you hold him with his eyes? You're going to win the individual matchup. I'm talking about the route, the one-on-one route. You have to be able to hold that safety with his eyes, with your eyes, and then put the ball on a rope. I think Jordan Love's continuing to improve on that. We've seen a couple that he's made, a couple that he's missed, but that is going to be active in this offensive game plan, as should be the screen game. They're running zone here. They go from a bunch motion across the ball. They end up bringing the slot. I think that's Kyler Gordon coming off the edge. So Edmonds is the next logical person. They're dropping their corner into they're dropping their corner deep. There's plenty of time to pick up Edmonds here, and because they do, with Aaron Jones has this capability. They take this all the way down for a touchdown. These kind of plays are available to them. Are they going to? One of the questions here, if you go back and watch this, is if you go from a bunch and you go across, are you going to bring that corner, or are you going to bring that safety? That's usually a check for the defense. So figuring that out early and being able to run plays like the screen off of that, going to be huge. And I think this is where it's really, Aaron Jones opens up your defense. So these guys are in pistol, but they have their fullback in play. And because of the action, you see the linebacker just chasing. They end up double teaming the running back here down low. So you see down at the 50-yard line, you see two linebackers, one running back. That means the tight end's wide open behind them because they're watching the man and not being disciplined in their zone defense. Opens up that pocket for the tight end. That tight end was eating in the same spot on the field all day on Sunday. Stay tuned for that as far as what Tucker Kraft can potentially be doing. Or really, when you go to a bunch look or anything, it's more a question of, are they going to feed into that? Let's really take care of Aaron Jones, stop him this week. Let's commit men to him. And then what does that equal, or how do we counterattack that with Matt LaFleur in this offense on the backside? Got to be able to stay on schedule. Got the matchup down here with the corner. And the balls should be out of his hands. These guys are not afraid to make plays. They're just playing cover 2 over here on the bottom of the screen. The ball should have been out. The ball should be halfway home to the tight end now on the 48-yard line, or the outside receiver on the 48-yard line. They're trying to hold the corner by running the route on the 35 from the running back. It doesn't work. He sits deep. This is the pocket that you're supposed to be able to throw into. But if you're not on schedule and you throw this ball late, these guys will go up and make plays, which they did this weekend. And this is a play that wasn't a touchdown, but you got to learn when you're game planning, you're thinking about how to attack a team. This is what you see this and you go, okay, there's something here. So they're really running an empty look. Go back here. Okay, so they're running empty, right? So they got 3-by-2 up top. And down here, they're really running a cover 4 look. And they're going to trap. They're going to use the safety on the bottom of the screen at the 10-yard line or the 11-yard line. And they're going to look to trap the trip side. So his body language on the snap isn't really pointed towards either of these two receivers. He's looking at that inside receiver. But you also have the safety at the top of the deeper safety. You have him back, but you have him on the hash. Now, the quarterback lets the ball rip here. But if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm looking at the defense and saying, if they give us this look, I'm throwing to the Atlanta Falcons receiver at the 5-yard line between the numbers and the hash on the bottom of the screen. Because it's all you can eat. Safety can't get over you. Jordan Love can put that thing on a dime. And these are the kind of looks just by scheme where you go, if they're going to run this kind of defense down here when we go empty and they're going to try to trap the backside, this is how we're going to combat it. If they fall off with the backside corner, then you got an easy completion down at the 18-yard line at the bottom of the screen to your outside receiver, and he could one-on-one into the end zone. So these are the matchups that you're kind of looking for when you think about how to attack a defense.